Hello guys, today we will talk about traffic management in our load balancer, external load balancer, which we have used in my previous two videos. As we have seen that global load balancers now support advanced traffic management functionality, which is not supported by classic load balancers. So in this, it has three main features which it supports. First is traffic steering, in which you can direct traffic to service instance based on HTTP parameters, such as request headers. Like if you want to send a traffic based on like on mobile, like Android, if person is using Android phone, so traffic must go to a different backend, and if person is using iPhone, so traffic must go to different backend. So we can do this with the help of traffic steering. After that, we have option of traffic action, weight based traffic splitting. In this, like we can define the percentage or how much traffic must go to a backend. Like you have two backends, so you want, like if we take an example of canary testing, so like you want only 90% traffic will go to previous backend, and then in the new backend only 10% traffic must go. So you can do a canary based testing with the help of these traffic actions, which is not supported by like our classic load balancer, which doesn't have this functionality. Also, we can create traffic policies like request mirroring, in which it will mirror all the traffic which is coming to your backend, but load balancer will not wait for any response from your backend. It is just only one way traffic. It will just send, and you can just monitor how your distance is responding to your mirror traffic. As we have seen, like in our previous examples, when we add backends, we have option of simple host and path rule, and we have one more option which is advanced host and path rule. So we have already covered this section, simple host and path rule, but I will give a like brief info once again. So what will happen, like in our forwarding rule, the traffic will hit our forwarding rule, like your load balancer IP, or you can say load balancer domain name also, which will forward the traffic to our HTTPS proxy, which is our load balancer only, and which it will forward the traffic to URL map. So it will determine to where send the traffic. Like there are multiple backend service, so it will be determined by a URL map only. So in the host role, we will define our host, like host can be your domain name, like cloud concept for you .in is a host name. After that, we can define a path matcher, like video traffic should go to video backend, and other traffic should go to another backend, like audio traffic go to audio backend. So we can define a path matcher. So what will happen, like it traffic will hit cloud concepts dot com. After that slash there must be a path. In path we must define, like if we have defined video, so the path will check the path rule, and it will define which backend service it must choose. So for the video backend, it must go to video backend service, and same like if for audio backend, it will go to audio backend service, and if it doesn't match any path, so we must have a default service, so it will forward the traffic to the default service. This is our simple host and path rule, which we have using previously also if we have created classic load balancer. Now Google has came up with advanced host path and route rule. It is little bit complex as compared to simple host, because you have to do the routing yourself and create the rules. So it also brings some functionality with complexity also, we can say. So in this we have more advanced option how we want to send the traffic to our backends. Also, instead of like in which we are using longest path matches, in this we create route rules, and each route rule which have a priority. Like in if we see in host simple host and path rule, there is no priority, but in this we have a priority, and we can define a priority. So lower the number, higher priority. So you can define a lower number if you want a high priority rule, and in which we can do traffic management like quite better. So like if you want to send 95% of your traffic to specific backend service and 5% traffic on another backend service, so we can use this advanced host and path rule. Also, you can do URL redirect with it. Even we can do multiple things like canary testing, we can do blue green deployment, you can fault injection if you want to create some fault in your traffic to testing how it will reflect to your client. You can do that also in this, but in which we have a different thing is that the first your forwarding rule traffic will hit the forwarding rule, it will forward the traffic to target proxy, then URL map. So it is the same process like which are using here also, forwarding rule proxy, and then URL map. Thus the thing has been changes. After the host rule we have the path matcher, which is the same only, the path matcher like prefix which you are using. After that, we have a route rule. Here we have a path rule. Based on path, it will forward the traffic. But here we have a route. Based on route, it will forward the traffic. So route have also multiple things like priority, which priority we are using, like high priority or low priority. Then match rules. Inside we can create multiple match rules. Action. We can also create actions. Then it will forward to our backend service. So this is kind of more complex because you have to make it right only, otherwise the traffic will go down also if you create something wrong. So kind of complexity is also there, but we can validate also like it will work fine or not. There are some CLI commands also we will see in during our demo. And after that we have one more option in advanced capability, HTTP to HTTP redirect. So like if you want, if anybody hit your domain name without HTTPS, so it will automatically redirect the traffic to HTTPS. So for that, if you have creating a new load balancer, then there's an option to check mark. So once you check mark that option, it will automatically create some additional things, like it will create a new load balancer with a front with a URL make, a forwarding rule, and a target HTTP proxy. It doesn't have any backends. So see, we can see here, it will create a load balancing forwarding rule, a target HTTP proxy, and URL map web with redirect. So what will happen if someone try to open your website or your domain name over HTTP? It will accept the traffic. It will just redirect the traffic to your HTTPS load balancer. See, it is redirecting, and it is both will use the same forwarding rule, like same IP. Just it will redirect. Redirect means it will just forward the traffic to another load balancer, and it will response back to your client or the person who is trying to access your website. So it is a more safe way. So for using HTTPS, I already told in my previous videos that you need a SSL certificate. If issue doesn't have, you cannot create this load balancer. So if you don't know how to create that, you can check my previous videos. So let's do the demo once. So I have already created my load balancer. So I have already showed in my previous videos how to create the load balancer. If you don't know, you can check out that, in which I am using two VMs, and these both are I'm using as a unmanaged instance group. These are my two unmanaged instance group which are using that VMs which I have already created. Also, I'm using two services which I created in Cloud Run. So it is service name Hello and Hello 2. So I will show you my load balancer first. So you can see it has already four backend services which I have already created. And if I go inside my load balancer, as of now, I have creating some routing rules already. So I will show you how to create this. And I have some backend services. You can see all this Cloud Run. These are the all my backend services. If you don't know how to create load balancer or how to attach these, you can see check out my previous videos. So let's start. Let's so you can see this is my domain name which I am using for my one of my routing rules, test.cloud for you. So if I try to open this URL over without with HTTP only, it will not work. You can see it is not working. Like see, if I remove this and try to hit, it doesn't respond. We can do, we can enable HTTP to HTTP redirect. So I will show you first how we can create it on overall new load balancer. Just we have to go to click on the second create new load balancer. If you go inside that, will get this option start configuration. You can just continue all that. And after that, you have to select the protocol HTTPS because you are just redirecting over HTTPS. So you have to just select that. And the main thing, if you try to enable it right now, it will not allow because it requires a reserved IP address, external IP address. So I have already a reserved external IP address. I will select that. After that, you have the option to tick that, and you have to just done. And once you create the load balancer, it will automatically create a new front end for you. So this is for the new load balancer. Now let's see how we can create this in a already created. We can create HTTP to HTTP redirect for our existing load balancer. For that, we have to just create a new load balancer. We have to go to start configuration and just choose the same thing. So let's give it a name HTTP redirect. And after that, we have to just choose the protocol HTTP only because we are just forwarding, redirecting the traffic. After that, use the same IP address which is using by your HTTPS load balancer. This is port 80, done. After that, we have to go to routing rules. You have to select advanced pathing rule and we have to choose redirect the client to different host and path. So we have to choose prefix redirect, leave this all blank and just enable this option, enable redirect. And after that we have to just click and done. So what we have done, or just we have enabled this host and path, so we don't have to choose any backend configuration because it's just forwarding traffic to our HTTPS load balancer. And first main thing you have to remember that you have to choose your existing load balancer IP which is being used by HTTPS load balancer. After that, just create, review and finalize if you want to, and just create it. It will take some time. Let's wait. So as we can see, our load balancer has been created. Like some spelling mistake has been done. So if we try to check whether it is working or not, if we remove HTTPS from that, if we try to send traffic, see it is working fine now. It is just responding to our request on HTTP also. It's just redirecting our traffic to HTTPS, so which we have verified. So basically it is doing this thing. It is forward, the traffic is coming to our this forwarding rule, and it is just redirecting the traffic to another forwarding rule, which is we have just checked this. It is working fine for us. So let's do some other demo, like how we can use advanced options for traffic and routing. So in this, if you see my backend configuration, I am using 4 backend services. One is IG instance group 1, 2, and 2 Cloud Run services, which I am using. If you don't know how to connect, you can create this. You can check my previous videos in which I have showed everything how to create this whole load balancer. After that, we have routing rules. So before that, we are using this simple host and routing rules in which we provide the host, and this is the path, and this is our backends which we have to choose now. But in this we have advanced options like advanced host and routing. So the basic difference in that we have more functionalities, like if I go into my this specific path and role which I have created, we can see we have to provide a host name for which it will work. This is my host name. After that, you can see I have created a rule here. So if you don't know from where you can find a rule, you can just click on code guidance. So you will find all the YAML files which are required to create this. Even you can create this via your cloud CLI also, gcloud. So you can see if you want to route traffic to a single service, we can use this one. If we split traffic between multiple services which are using here, we can use this one. If you want to redirect, you can use this one. So you have to take care of this. We can choose only one of these primary actions. If you try to put multiple primary actions in a in a same host, it will just take only one. It will not work for multiple, even if they have written only. You must define only one primary action to your control traffic to a service, but we can add multiple add-ons. Like if there are some add-ons, like if you want to mirror traffic, if you rewrite your host path, retry field request, or you can set timeout policies. You can add faults, manipulate. You can traffic, and some these are some use case example which we can do, like canary. You want to try canary, in which you want a limited traffic will go to this service, and all other traffic will go to this service, like what we are trying to achieve here. Same thing. Even you can do blue green deployments according to like how you want to send your traffic. Even you can use traffic steering, which we have talked about, like if you want traffic come based on your like Android, so this must go to Android path, and if traffic is coming from iPhone, so it must go to different path. So these are multiple use cases which we can try, or you want to try, like fault injection. We can enable all that. So let's see what we are using right now. So you can see it is my default service. So we have to choose a default service always. If traffic doesn't match anything, it must go to default service. So my default service is my instance group 1, and after that we have to provide a name which is a matcher one. You can provide any name, but you have to remember that the name must not come in any another rule. If you cannot do the same name. After that we are using route rules, in which we are saying match rules, and we are giving prefix match. So any traffic which is matching this prefix, this is slash, and we are given a priority 101. If we have want to create another rule and we want to give some high priority like 99, 98, I has already told you, lower the number, higher priority, so you must put that rule above. If you try to create a rule which has a higher priority than this, and if you put it down, it will give an error that you have to put your rules priority wise. After that, what we are trying to achieve here, we are saying route action. If on a and we are using wait backend services, it is like a canary testing only, in which we are saying any backend not any which backend service. This is our backend service IG2. We want to send only 10% of traffic, and this is my service IG, in which I want to send 90% of traffic. So like it is a canary testing. Before going live, you want to test some little traffic on over your backend, so you can use this service. Even I can increase this or decrease this as according your testing. So I'm using this one. So let's see how it works. So it is, if we see on which host it is working, we can see it is working on this host. So let's try to send some traffic now. You can see I'm getting response. I will get most response from HTTP from instance 1 only, and very less response from instance 1, instance 2. So if I try to refresh, you can see most response are coming from instance 1, because I have configured my load balancer to send 90% of traffic to this only, and 10% of traffic to my instance group 2. So, and I have configured one more host. This is my subdomain of this domain. So if you don't know how to create domain, I have created a video on that also. So in this, what I have done, again I am choosing at my default service. I have an instance group 1 only. After that, this is my name, this is my matcher 2. In this, I am saying prefix match, any prefix which is matching hello slash hello, means if traffic coming on this host and it is a prefix slash hello, so traffic will go like this. 70% traffic must go on this Cloud Run, my first service, and 30% will go to second service. Let's try that also, which I've already tried before. So as I have defined in my service, like this is my default service. So, and also I defined any traffic which is coming over slash hello, which is my prefix. If traffic doesn't match this prefix, so this will not come in effect, and traffic will go to my default service, which is my instance group 1. So like right now it is not going on slash hello. Let's see what it responds. So you can see it is giving response from instance 1 only. So let's add hello once, which is my prefix, and let's see how it is response. So see, now it is going traffic going over to my Cloud Run. So it is hello 2 and hello. These are my two backends, which is configured on Cloud Run. Let's refresh multiple times and see how it responds. See, now sometime it will give hello, sometime it will hello 2, because it is 70/30, so it will accordingly it will define all the things. Even we can choose more things, like if you want, we can give retry failed request option, or we can introduce faults to our traffic. So let's introduce fault to our traffic. I have already this. Let me copy from my notepad and I will paste, and I will show you how to do that. The cloud concept first rule. In this, we have to just add our fault rule. So I've added this rule. You can see that in this match rules, I'm seeing any traffic coming to this slash. So we have to make sure the priority must be less than 101, because this is a higher priority if we compare to this. So let's make it 102. Otherwise, this will not we will not able to create this. After that, we are saying like fixed delay, like 10 seconds of delay will be we will get in the response for 25% of traffic, and for about we will get 50503 for 50% of traffic on which backend, on backend IG, which is our first instance, which is also a default service. So let's try to create this. Looks everything is fine only to me. Okay, get it done and just update it. So looks like it has taken the policy. Even we can check here also cloud counts. We can see it has taken two match tools. So as I've told you in my PPT also, that we have a concept of match rules here. Like first traffic will come to host, it will check the path. After that, it will go to our route rule, which is in route rule we have three options. Like see, in the route rule we have also a route rule here. After that, it will check priority 101, 102. After that, it will check the match rules. So it will check, see, we can have the match rules, and after the action which is come inside under match rules, we can see what action it has to take. So it is accurate like this only. So let's our test our traffic. So it will work on my default main domain. So let's run this. So as we send in traffic, you can see it is not working. It is just giving same response, instance 1, instance 2. So it is quite of surprising why it is not working. So the main issue here, it is not working because we have to take the priority here, which is a very main concept. So what will happen if this is the first priority 101, this is 102. So what will happen if this priority gets precedence? Okay, so this match rule will get matched first, and this match rule will get matched after all because it has lower priority. So what will happen? The all the traffic will match to this only. No traffic will ever reach to this match rule. That's why we are saying we are getting no fault here. So that's the main thing you have to keep in mind when creating this match rule, because it is very complex thing. So you have to create very carefully. So you can see it is not working at all. All the traffic is going to this match rule because it is matching first. So we have to, because once it matches, that our load balancer will not try to match any other match rule in the list. So that we have to take care of. So now let's go and edit this. Let's create, move this match rule above, and let's see how it works. If we, so if we have moved our previous match rule to at first position and even change the priority also. So let's update it once again. Let's see. So it has started working now. We can see it is giving fault filter abort for some of the response. So like it is also taking, still now it is taking 10 seconds. It is introduced a 10-second delay. So if we wait for 10 seconds, it must give a response, like let it be completed. So say it is giving response. So what will happening right now? We have given a fixed delay of 10 seconds for 25% of traffic. For it is working fine, and also it is giving 503 for 50% of traffic for any traffic which is hitting IG instance group of one. So let's do one more traffic and see once again it is giving response. Let's cancel it, and once again now it is giving fault filter about 503 error. So like this we can test our traffic. Multiple things we can add. Now our traffic will not move to this policy because it is taking precedence of this match route. So it will all send all traffic to IG only because both prefix match is same only. If we try to change this prefix match, then it is possible that it can send traffic to this. Even we can rewrite the URLs, like if anyone send traffic to like slash test slash anything, and it will rewrite the traffic again to our route only. So we have multiple options which we can try here. So it all depends how you want to use this routing rules. It is quite complex, so it must be done carefully. Also, I want to show how you can do it in your Cloud Shell. So Cloud Shell have little advanced option. It will give more option to validate whether we are creating a right file or wrong file. So and if we, with the help of Cloud Shell, we just push the changes into our load balancer. So here I have created some rules. So if I show you one rule, so this is a rule which I am trying, which I have tried previously. So in which it is the same rule which is in my console also. So it is my default service is my instance group one, and after that I have some backend services cloud one and cloud two, in which I am trying to distribute weight 80 and 20. So if you want to validate whether it works or not, you can just run a command. So this is the command gcloud complete URL maps validate source. This is our file. All load balancer scheme is extended manage, which is our global load balancer, and here our LB name final LB. So if we click on validate, it will show whether it will work or not. Let authorize it. Let's run the command once again. So it is showing see load succeeded, it is true, and test pass, it is true. So it means it will work fine if you try to push this change. So if you want to push this change, you have to just run one more command. I will show you that also. This is my, I have to check test.yml, not test2.yml, but I have both, which is working fine. So now let's push this. This changes into a load balancer. You have to just use this command gcloud. So when we try to enable it, it will like push our changes. It will ask whether you want to continue or not. We just create yes, and it will update our URL map. So it will take some time, not much. So changes are pushed. So if I go back to our load balancer and try to refresh our page, we will see that our all the previous changes has been removed. So like if you have made any changes via console, it has been gone. So like you can see my all that host which I have created, subdomain, it is all gone. Only I have this rule only, which is any rule, and it is just created this. You can see this, it is sending traffic to our cloud and service, and default is our IG. So you have to make sure, like if you're doing any changes, so make sure you are doing correctly. Better to export it first and do the changes in the exported one, so you can export all the changes from that from your load balancer. And once you exported the changes, edit that file and then push, validate and then push. Don't directly create a new file here and just push the changes. If you do that, it will make your changes, like make your whole load balancer down, your application down, because the new changes will push and old will be removed. So, so you can do better to use console only, or better to do shell. Don't try to mix both, so it will create a issue in future. Or so that this point we have to take care of, especially if you are trying to replicate this in like in your test or production environment. So if you want to take all the changes from your load balancer, just in this command like gcloud compute URL maps export. This is my load balancer name, and this is destination export.yml. Click enter. So it will take all the changes, and you can make changes here. So like if you see, all the changes are here, and we can just make changes here what we want, and it will work according to that. So better to do like this way. First take it and do all the changes here, and then validate and then push, rather than you are creating changes separately and pushing. So this app you have to take care especially. So that's all I have. So you have the options to do more testing, and let me know like if you have any questions, because it is very complex topic. I tried to help you. I don't know whether I'm good at it or not, but you have to like do the testing before doing any special changes or any change in your production environment, and you can take the code guidance from here, and like you can choose multiple YAML cases from like which what you want to try to achieve. We can use this and add-ons we have. So this is a like topic which you can test if you, but basically most people doesn't do like this, but it is a good thing. So you can basically check all these and try to replicate and see how it is works for you and what the issues you are facing. Like there, I also face some issues in this, so I'm still trying to figure out how that works. So like, so you can also try and comment if you face any issue. Maybe we can connect and further on we can try to resolve that. Okay, thank you.